All right, this is Colin Andrews Egbert with realestateinvestor.com, and I'm here right now with Sean Malarky. And Sean is a very active rehabber in the Columbus area, does a lot of business. And it was funny because we were actually doing a lot of business, both of us in Columbus, but had never kind of crossed paths. Knew similar people, but had never met each other until realestateinvestor.com. And what I really like about Sean is that he's the type of person that he's not just doing deals, but he's doing deals, he's profitable, but he's also taking the time and helping and educating other folks on Real Estate Investor, and is really one of the most active members in our community. He's also an ambassador, so he is one of the folks, one of the elite members on our community that is really taken up to the next level. So Sean, I guess just to briefly kind of go back with your backgrounder of kind of where you got started, how you got involved with this this crazy game called real estate.
How did I get involved? I got involved in real estate investing. I was in the mortgage business for a long time.
Okay.
And that gave me a great education on house values and understanding what makes a value, what constitutes a good value in a house. I had a lot of high net worth individuals come to me that wanted to refinance properties or get purchase loans, and a lot of these guys have made their money in real estate. In fact, the majority of them had. And so that piqued my interest in the very beginning, and I started studying and spent several years studying, and finally one day bought a property and bought a rental and went down and fixed it up, spent 6-7 weeks, 40 hours a week after working 40 hours a week working on it, and that's how I got my start.
Got your start. Awesome. Now, Sean, I know that you're doing both a buy and hold, as well as also you're doing a fix and flip to a retail buyer. Why is it that you decided to go that route as opposed to just picking one? What's your background with that?
We kind of identified in this market that one of the better strategies for us to run as a business would be to buy and hold. With the market the way it is, we're able to buy stuff pretty cheap right now, and 5-10 years down the road when the market returns, we'll be able to sell for a pretty good profit. One of the ways that we really wanted to buy and sell in the beginning, and one of the ways we kind of thought was a good blend of both, was to work on lease options.
Okay.
To buy the properties, fix them up, and then lease option them out.
Okay.
And that way, if they do sell, we get a good value for it, and if they don't, we're making a good cash flow on a monthly basis with a good down payment and little overhead as far as maintenance.
Okay, got it. So now with your lease options, you're getting option money. That option money is non-refundable. We call it NROC, or non-refundable option consideration. And with that NROC, Sean, what's the average amount? We're in Columbus. It's a rather depressed. I think our average house is about $180,000. What kind of NROC are you receiving for the average house that you're buying? Let's say a $150,000 house.
Our typical house is about $130,000, and we try and get 2 to 3%. It's usually a flat $3,000.
Okay.
It depends a little bit if the value is higher or lower, but $3,000 is our typical non-refundable option.
Okay, so $3,000 you get, and that doesn't include the cash flows that you're making on
Correct.
a monthly basis, which is the difference between the mortgage, or the PITI, the principal, insurance, taxes, and interest. But it's a little bit of everything. That's right?
That's correct. Yeah, we try and typically cash flow $200 to $300 a month per property.
Okay.
So, some are better, some are worse.
Got it. Now, and I gotta tell everyone that's checking us out, when I saw Sean for the first time, he rolls up, and this is kind of like the real estate investor's lifestyle. I see him, he comes over to our office, he's in his jeans, or actually I think he had shorts, like just regular little khaki shorts. He had his like kind of a beat up t-shirt on, and just like real casual, coming over, how you doing, what's happening. It was our first time that we actually met. We had talked a few times, and we had done a few things with through the internet, through talking with each other. And it's funny, so I ended up having to take off, and as I'm walking out of the office, I'm like, whose big beautiful black Mercedes Benz is this in our parking lot? And he's like, oh, that's mine. Very humble, never was like bragging about it, but it was just really cool to be able to see somebody that he has this vehicle. One of the perks, which is a good addition to one of the things that you can do with real estate investing, getting those benefits, but in a very nonchalant, very laid-back manner. So, I mean, what are some of the reasons, like, besides, I mean, you like nice things, you have a family, what are some of the things that you're really working hard for being a real estate investor? Because I mean, you're spending lots of hours, lots of time in the office. Why are you doing it?
The great thing about this business is that if you do it long enough and you do it well enough, you can at some point step away and you've got a good asset. You know, all your work, it's not done when you quit. You have something to show for it and something that can bring you an income if you do it right. And that's the main factor that motivates me. And besides, I love it. I mean, I generally love what I do. I probably work twice as much as the average person, but for me, I feel like I work half as much because I really enjoy doing it. And the freedoms and the flexibilities that when you get to a successful level you can have without the pressure of having bills, it's incredible. I have a young daughter who's almost 3, and if I need to, I can rearrange my schedule to spend time with her whenever I want. So that's really one of the best parts about it.
Awesome. Very good.